First thing I want to do, we're going to bump up combining like terms, and we're going to add distribution, and I want to make sure that we review what we did in the last piece, okay? So we're combining like terms. Remember that first thing we're doing is we're looking for operational signs. We're separating the terms. So this is a squared. This is plus 6. This is plus b. This is plus 4. This is minus 6a and plus 3a squared. So I've separated them, and I'm seeing which ones I can combine. So I'm looking for variables. I have a and b. So I'm going to do the a's first. I'm looking for exponents. So the strongest a's have the greatest exponent. So I got a squared. Okay, so I have an 1a squared, and 3a squared. Okay, so I'm going to put down here 4a squared. I've added them together. Okay, I'm looking for any more a's. Okay, I have an a here, minus 6a. Just an exponent of 1, understood, right? But no 2. It's not a to the second power, so I can't combine it to the other a's, because that a to the second power and plain a or a to the first power is different. Okay, I can't combine that. So that's minus 6a. Okay, so are there any other variables? Yes, there's b's. Okay, so I'm going to look at the b's. Here's a b. Here's a b. There we go. There are no other b's, so I'm just adding that in. Plus b. Notice my variables are in alphabetical order. I have the a's, they come before the b's. And in algebra, that's how it works. Okay, so it doesn't look like I have any more variables, and so now I'm going to look for the numbers. I have plus 6 and plus 4, and so that means I'm going to have plus 10. And that is the simplified form of what you have in blue. That red is the simplified form. Okay, and this is a review from the last thing we did, but I'm just making sure that we understand that, this is how we're doing it. We're looking at the operational signs. We're separating separating each term, okay? So plus 6 is positive 6. It's a plus 6, all right? A minus 6a is minus 6a. That's how it goes. The sign sticks with the term. Okay, so that's a review of what we did before. So now I want to look over to the right-hand side, and I want to make sure that we're good about distributing with a negative number. Okay, so the first one says negative 2 times 3 and n. Both of those I'm going to have to multiply. So negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Negative 2 times n is negative 2n. Notice that the sign of the 3 now is negative because I multiplied times a negative, and the sign of the n is also negative. I could have written that as negative 6 plus negative 2n, but we know that adding a negative is the same as subtracting. Okay, let's look at the next one. So I have negative 2 times 3. That's going to be negative 6. And negative 2 times negative n, or minus n, is plus 2n. Okay, so the signs have changed. And I think most of you have been doing a lot of that already. The one that always gives people fits is the next one. It's when there's no number here. There's no number, okay? You have to understand that is... it is understood that you're multiplying by negative 1. And that negative sign outside the parentheses is going to change the signs of everything inside the parentheses to the opposite sign. So when I multiply a negative times n, I get negative n. When I multiply the negative times minus 4, I get plus 4. Okay, so that negative sign, this negative sign has a lot of power. It changes the signs of everything inside the parentheses to the opposite sign. Notice n was positive, now it's negative. we had a -4, now we have a +4. Okay, that's really important to remember because I'm going to tell you, that is the most common mistake. So if you get that, you're going to be really good at this. Okay, I'm going to move to now an actual problem. Okay, so before I can simplify this, before I can combine like terms, I have to distribute. So here I have 12b plus 24. Now look, I have a negative. See that negative? Okay, so -7, -2b. Okay, notice how the signs of the 7 is now a minus, and the 2b is now a minus. Okay, so now I'm looking for like terms. I have 2b and -2b. Remember that we are separating these terms. So positive 2b minus 2b, okay, I'm going to have 10b, okay, and the plus 24 minus 7 is going to give me a plus, my thing keeps messing up, plus 17, okay? And so that answer is 10b plus 17, and that is the answer. I know that in some of the people have been trying to like combine them. You cannot combine anything that has a variable with something that doesn't. They're two different. It's like adding together or putting together a giraffe and an elephant. Okay, you can't do it. They don't get together. Okay. So hopefully that's going to help, and you need to move to the Khan Academy that reinforces this. Okay, good job.